Hello. So, this is a video I've been meaning to do for some time. I just want to address all the questions I get, especially from newer subscribers to this channel, to explain what the hell it is you've just found yourself watching. So, what is We Skeem? What does We Skeem even mean? We Skeem is an idea that I came up with October of 2018 in a text to my wife after having inspiration in the shower. We Skeem was a shower thought. So I've been doing music for about 18 years now, sometimes just on my own, sometimes professionally, all in a mix there. And I'd never really done a serious rap project. I dabbled in rap mostly in the comedy spectrum or in producing rap for other musicians. Most notably, in 2018, I made some melodies that were used on some tracks that were used by Juice WRLD. Then I started really getting into the YouTube rap scene. I started to see people like Crypt, and I started to see the mumble rap scene, and I really hated the mumble rap scene so much that it kind of inspired me to, do my own version of rap, do my own weird thing. And I knew my rap would be very different, more like that 21 Pilots, where rap is just a part of the medium of music and not necessarily traditional rap. But if I was gonna do that, I wanted to be a little different. I wanted to have a different idea to it, and that's where this idea came from. It started with just Skeem. Now, Skeem, the spelling of it isn't just to have the word rhymed. It is not just to have the word scheme spelled wrong. The way it's spelled is deliberate because Skeem, spelled S-K-E-E-M, actually has meaning in a lot of different cultures. In some cultures, it means to think, like to scheme something means to think something. In some cultures, it means your scheme is your tribe, it's your family, your scheme are your people. So the idea I had was that Skeem would be thinking, and Skeem would be tribe and people and family. And the we got added to it because I didn't want it to be about myself. I wanted it to be we Skeem. We think together. We're a family together. And then added bonus, Skeem could be a double for like a rhyme scheme. So while we're thinking together and we're a family together, we're also listening to and creating dope rhyme schemes together. So that's what We Skeem means. So the next big question I usually get is, what's with the mask? Once I had the name, I wanted the identity. And the only identity that made sense was to not have one. Because if the whole idea was we think together, we're all in this together, then the less that it is about me, the better. So if I don't exist, then people can kind of implant whatever versions of me they wanted onto me as that symbol. And I really wanted to speak on issues like mental health and some controversial political topics and things like that in my rapping, and just have it that other people who have the same views can finally feel they had a voice saying the same things that they were saying, which led to the tape. So the mask and everything was the anonymity. The whole no skin showing was so it's about everyone else. The tape was just a representation of being a voice for those who don't have a voice, who are taped off and speaking through that tape. So that's where this outfit comes from. But what's with the reactions? Why are you reacting in a mask? The reactions really happened quite out of plan. There were people who I had met, and a couple of them in particular, Jekyll and JAA, really wanted me to do reactions. Everyone had hinted it, but those two were almost pestering about it because they had interacted with me in direct messages and in chats, and they liked my insight and my thoughts on music and knew I had a background. They said, people would like to hear what you have to say about music. And I always was like, but the whole thing, the whole outfit, everything, that kind of counters it. And it does in a way, because even though you don't see me, I now have a very defined personality. We interact. So I was very hesitant to start reactions because of the explanations I just gave you prior for where this project started. But I did, And I really enjoyed doing it, and people really enjoyed watching it. So it really just started to take off. Then we've got the next big question that people ask of my reactions. Why do you pause so much? People often are confused about my reactions because they're like, you're pausing it too much, you keep rewinding it, you don't have to explain everything. Why don't you just watch it one time through and then run it back and then give your analysis? And honestly, it just comes from what I enjoyed watching. I create content that I enjoy creating and what I would enjoy watching. Most reaction videos, unless it's a reaction to my song, I don't particularly enjoy. There's two main types of reactors, and one is a type I like, and one is a type that, unless you're reacting to my stuff, I'm probably not a big fan. So the one type of reactor is the hype man reactor. They're the people that give the big facial expressions, oh damn, and all that stuff. And that type of reaction has a very specific purpose. It's for someone who has that need inside of them that I want to show this song I just found to a friend and see what they think about it. That's what those channels are for, because let's be honest, in the real world, when you show someone that song that you're super hyped about, what do? They're just like, they look at your phone. By a minute in, when you're all hyped, they've already drained all the energy from the room. They're not entertained because you forced this upon them. And it's the worst feeling. You're so excited about something and then it's just gone. So those hype man reaction channels are you getting that validation that you want. That there's something you like, and this person who through the screen you see as a friend is that person that you finally get to show it to and watch them experience it with you. I think there's a great reason that those channels are big, and I have nothing against them, but I don't personally enjoy watching it. And that comes from my personality, and we're not going to get into all of that. But then there's the other side. There's the reactors I saw like Crypt, who would break things down and talk about it. And I fell in love with Crypt's channel a long time ago. I loved his analysis, the way he viewed rap, the way he would break up rhyme schemes and really get into the nitty-gritty of it. And so I figured if I'm ever going to do a reaction channel, I don't want to be the hype type because I don't enjoy it. So instead, I'm the type that's just going to break everything down. And yeah, it's my first run through. I enjoy, watching it back when I'm editing it, seeing the things I missed as I'm catching as I go through again. I like the whole experience. I like the organic nature of trying to figure out the song while listening to it and everything else is going on. That's what I enjoy. It's what I enjoy seeing other people do, so it's what I do. So that's why I pause so much. I understand that some people aren't wanting that. And I'm not that channel that you should be on. If you want that person to enjoy the song with you that you like, I'm probably just gonna ruin it for you because I'll end up being the guy that won't shut up while you're trying to show them the movie that you saw. So I'm probably not the channel for you, but that is why I pause so much. Another common question, can you breathe and see through the mask? Breathing's not that hard. It does get a little hot sometimes, but I keep it pretty cold in this room. And vision, it's not great, but this is a fabric, I can see through it. The eye holes are good enough. It's hard to see, but I get by. It's fine. Another question I get asked a lot, what's up with the Jason Todd theme on the channel? That started on the first video that really took off on my channel, Joker versus Pennywise reaction, epic rap battles of history. I was breaking the song down and I couldn't remember. I was saying, hey, correct me if I'm wrong or tell me if I'm right that the Joker beat with the crowbar Dick Grayson, that Robin. So it's become just a recurring joke on the channel. I still get comments daily on that video, not even ironic, unironic comments correcting me that it's actually Jason Todd, not Dick Grayson. I'm very aware that it wasn't Dick Grayson. I've been aware since the first day, within the first hour the video dropped, I became aware that it was actually Jason Todd. And that's what the joke is. It's just kind of taking a life of its own. If I ever stop making Jason Todd references, there's plenty of people who get mad, and that's fine. I enjoy the Jason Todd jokes. I got no problem rolling with it until people get sick of it. But for those who are new and are like, what the heck is with all the Jason Todd on this channel? That's all it is. It's not that deep. It's just a running gag about that time that I was wrong about who the Joker beat to death with the crowbar, and I invited people to tell me if I was wrong, and boy did they. But I hope this video clears up some things for those who might be confused as to why YouTube's algorithm led you to this channel. Help you to understand why I look this way, why I present the things the way I do, why my music is the way it is. The reactions are just something that I do that are fun, and I love interacting with you guys and rolling with it. The music, for the smaller percentage of you who listen to it, you're the type of person that the music is probably made for. Because the music's really not too much of a mainstream appeal, and it's not trying to be. But for those of you who check it out and enjoy it, I know that you really relate to it. And I am so thankful that these reactions, these goofy reactions, slowly siphon, 2 or 3 people for every 1,000 who say, whoa, this music speaks to me. And those 2 or 3 people in every 1,000, those are the people that we Skeem was made for, because I know what it feels like to feel like you only meet someone who understands how weird life feels to you every about 1,000th person you meet on a good day. And I've been very happy that my music's been able to resonate with those folks, and that goofy things like reacting to epic rap battles of history is what's allowed me to do that. So that is what this channel is. That is who I am. That is who we are. If you subscribe to this channel, if you follow along, if you're here for the ride, then you'll get used to saying it with me. Because until next time, I scheme, you scheme, we all scheme for ice cream. Bye.